What's up YouTube? This is Shuttleboy and I'm back with yet another video. Today's video, we're going to be doing yet another video on the Simpsons Vans collaboration. I know I've talked everybody's head off about this collaboration, but it's really cool. Just love the direction Vans is going with this as well. It's awesome. And we've had a lot of videos regarding updates on different leaks we've seen of different sneakers from it. Different clothing we've seen from it, different release dates, pricing, etc. And finally, it's out there. It's been out there for a little while now, almost a week. And I just want to go over every single piece in it now since we know every single thing that's released. Say my thoughts on everything, and it'll be fun. Hopefully, this will be the last video on this unless I pick something up. Then, of course, you guys will see that here, which we'll talk about a little bit more too. But yeah, there's a lot to see here, and we're just going to get right into it. One thing I want to note here is that I have it sorted as best-selling. Now, I don't know how up-to-date they keep these sorted lists as far as the best-selling. Like, say this second shoe here was to pass the first shoe. Would it update immediately what the best-selling is, or is it just general numbers? I don't really know what that is, but take that for a grain of salt. But I do find it very interesting that this one is the best-selling sneaker from this drop, or best-selling item, which doesn't shock me at all, but it's really awesome to see for a lot of reasons. One, I just think the colorway is amazing. I love all-over print slip-ons. And this one is just, I mean, everybody can say that this is an awesome colorway for this sneaker. Just so Vans-esque and just such a great way to show the Simpsons off. And another thing I do want to point out that makes this interesting is that it is the Comfy Cush slip-on. Now, we talked about this in the leaks a little bit, that I noticed the Comfy Cush insole, and that's kind of the outsole too, honestly. But what I think is really interesting about this is, one, I think they did this because then it actually jacks up the price a bit on the slip-on. The slip-on's usually a low entry point price point. It's like the cheapest sneaker you can really get from Vans on the Vans site. So I think that might be why, because they knew people would really love this. But another thing that's really great about this, I know that one thing wasn't too great, but the great thing about this, I think, is that this gives love to the Comfy Cush, because let's be honest here, a lot of you guys probably don't know all that much about some of the latest technologies that Vans uses, because it just doesn't sell well. It just doesn't get adopted very well by the community. Everyone is really stuck on just having the classic models, the old school, the authentic, the skate high, the slip-on, but they want it exactly like the originals, which is also the cheapest route as far as this is concerned. I think paying that extra $20, $30 definitely scares some people away as well. So I think it's really awesome that this shoe is doing so well, because now the cushion is actually getting some love here, because a lot of people, I think, that probably wouldn't have tried a Comfy Cush slip-on or any model are trying it now, because that's the only way you can get the sneaker is through having it like that. And one of the reasons I just want to say that it's not adopted, so you don't think that people are just crazy about that, is that the shape of the shoe isn't exactly in line with regular slip-ons or whatever model they're using it with. If you put them side by side, you're not going to be able to tell too much from these pictures. But if you put them side by side, you can tell a difference. The midsole is just a lot lighter, which is a positive, honestly. But it's preferences for a lot of people. But nonetheless, loving this model. See, you can clearly tell there. They cored out some of the rubber, so it's lighter. And so this midsole can actually absorb as a regular cushion. That's just a little bit of info on that, but love this sneaker. This one's definitely on my radar. I just really like that model. We're going to move on, though, to the Skate High, which we've talked about this one already. We noticed it. One thing I didn't notice, I don't believe I noticed this in the past, is we saw this graphic, but we didn't see that we have the regular Simpsons graphic of the family on the other shoe. I don't believe we did. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But just a nice touch. I think that makes this one a lot better than if it was to just be the other one. Not really feeling the checkerboard, though. Also, I'll give you a shot at the box. Looks amazing. If you want, and these pictures they took, you got to look at some of these pictures they took. Really nice. Probably not going to go over them all, but you got to check them out if you can on the Vans website. Then we have the old school here. Looks pretty much the same as we saw. We got some embroidery around the characters, which is a nice touch. Just makes it less cheap looking. Printed graphics sometimes can look really cheap on a shoe like this. But kind of wish the side stripe somehow could be showcased on this side. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's on the medial side. I don't know. Just takes away from obviously it being an old school. And then you got that stitched on there as well, Moe's, which is just a nice touch. This one's also $75, which is just something to note that usually the slip-on, like I said, is the easiest price point here, the cheapest one, but it's kind of in line with a lot of these things. Everything's pretty much around the same price. Then we got the El Barto, which is just nicely done. The execution, I guess is what I'm trying to say, is just really good on this. I really love how the graffiti is on the midsole and it goes onto the outsole seamlessly. Love that. This is a very well done colorway. Unfortunately, I just don't really care about the El Barto episode all that much. It's cool though. Like, look at that, man. The other shoe has that. I kind of wish that they were symmetrical on the outsides. That's my only little gripe. But, I mean, it's really well done. That's a good one. And I'm not a huge fan of the skate low. I think it looks really cool, though, and I'd love to try it out. But, yeah, I just think there's better ones on this list as far as models are concerned. Now, this one definitely is going to have its fans. Personally, it's not for me, though. I don't really care for Lisa all that much, and I don't know, the yellow with the purple is just not for me, but I definitely think this is going to be one a lot of people like, and yeah, I mean, it looks pretty much the same as what we saw, but, I mean, that's cool and all. I like it. $80. That's another thing. I don't know, $80 for a skate high, understandable, but, now this one's really interesting. We didn't really get to talk about this one all that much, but I don't even know if I brought it up in a video yet, but we got the sisters here with the rug pattern on their hair. Amazing. And the thing that I think is going to really just top the shoe off for everyone here, I believe it's this angle. You can see they got the legs, the hairy legs. Just, that's great. Great model here. This is the better of the old schools, in my opinion. I really like that. Next, we got a Vans Era, which we didn't get to talk about this one either. And this has the cartoon that they always watch, Itchy and Scratchy. And a cool idea. I don't really like this colorway, honestly, to be honest with you guys. I love the patch of Krusty on there. Seal of approval. That is awesome. I wish it could have been done a little bit nicer, though, like with colors, or I feel like red around the circle would have been awesome. But the pattern, I don't know. I think it's the colors within the pattern. They just don't go that well together to me. And I don't think Simpsons, when I look at that, I do think Tom and Jerry more, which obviously that was a play on that. But yeah, it's just not for me. $70 though, which is nice. Now, another one that's really awesome that, of course, that we haven't seen yet. These slip-on slides are just so cool. I really love these. There's not much to explain here, but just a really well done idea. I just really like this one. It's a really cool idea. And for $50, oh, this one says it's out of stock, so you might have to check other places, but that just shows right there. I guess, yeah, this shows how valid this list is. They might have made less of these, though, so, I mean, keep that in mind. But, yeah, that kind of stinks they're sold out. I wouldn't mind getting those. Just a really cool design. We got some socks here. Not going to click on them. I'm not going to click on any of the clothing. We're just going to focus on the shoes first. We'll click on shoes, and we'll talk about clothes, though. Now, this one is interesting. This is a Vans Chukka Pro, which I really like this model. I've never owned this model, but I really am excited about this model. And it's a Pro version, too, which is very cool. I love when they use the nice cushioning. It says Pop Cush in there, which I don't know much about that. I know about Comfy Cush. I don't really know what Pop Cush is, so I'm going to have to research a little bit more on that, or if that's just a play on words for this collab or some crap. But you got the hang tag. Obviously, this is supposed to look like Bart's sneaker, which is what makes this awesome. The hang tag's awesome too, just some added value to the sneaker. And there's not much to talk about on this one. You got the patch that has the Barton crossbones, if you want to call it that, in there. I believe it comes with an extra set of laces too. I don't know if they're going to show it, like some white laces, which is another awesome touch. But this one's definitely on my radar. Right now it's actually out of stock, but I've seen that there's other places that got it, so I'm not too concerned on that. But just an awesome colorway. Moving on, we got some shirts. This one's awesome. The school bus driver, that's great. $44 though. I'm not. I'd like to know who's paying that much, because then we got El Barto here, $35, long sleeve. I'd rather do that. Then we have the short sleeve shirt. We've seen that. Awesome. Krusty Burger looks sweet. I'm kind of over sleeve designs, but that's awesome. This is supposed to be Bart inspired too. I'm not even going to click on this one because it's just so straightforward. You have the Bart and crossbones on the midsole too, like embossed, which is cool. $70 though. For kind of a lackluster design, honestly. That's one of the least interesting ones by far. El Barto hat. We got that hoodie we've seen. Then this one, I'm not going to click on this. You guys can go see it for yourself. 115 is what kind of deters me from this. But Skate High MTE 2.0 DX, and it's going to be with Mr. Plow on it. I just love that they decided to do a hiking shoe for this. I honestly, if this stays in stock and we get closer to winter, I will cop these. It's just right now, obviously, we're in August, so I just don't really care about this right now. But awesome. It's really awesome they're doing this. I love that. Then we got a pretty classic looking jacket. Nothing too crazy. This backpack's awesome with the spray paint can. Love that. This hat, we talked about it before. Loving it. Then we got a button up with Marge on it. I believe Homer and maybe some other characters. I can't really tell. We got a backpack, a checkerboard, which is a classic from Vans, but I'm just not loving it. This is what caught me by surprise here. We saw some leaks on it. I talked about it before. And it looks way different from, or not way different, but it changed the game for me. I did not realize when we saw it before. I thought it was just literally a dot, but they actually put the Bart and crossbones in there, and that is awesome. So that makes that honestly something I would want to cop. $70 is a little much for me, but definitely would recommend it to someone to get. It looks awesome. And we have this black design that looks like it's maybe the Bart and crossbones. I just don't really care for that too much. I want color if I'm doing the Simpsons. And then we got some different custom designs here with all over print. This one looks to be pretty much the print that's on the slip-ons. We got Bart. They probably have one of every character, Lisa. But really cool that they're doing customs. Yeah, see, you got Homer. But yeah, it's always great to get some slip-on, or not slip-on, but some custom options that you can put on models, like the slip-on. I think the slip-on's the best one to do customs on. It's just the easiest thing to make colorways for. But that's pretty much it, guys. I want to know down below what you guys think of everything all in all. I'm sure there were some other things that dropped on maybe some other sites, or they just sold out so they're not here. So sorry if I didn't cover that, but all in all, I gotta say I am loving this collaboration. I really want to get something from it. I'd have to say if I'm getting anything from it, it's gonna be, I'm still sticking basically to what my guns were saying before. With this slip-on, amazing, especially that's comfy cush now. I'd rather it wasn't, just so I could save the money, but since all the shoes are basically in the same price range, it's not a big deal to me. Then El Barto honestly is starting to get more on my hit list here. I just think it's very well done. This one's awesome too. These, if they were in stock, I would maybe cop those too. That's great. And then these obviously take the cake still for me, though. If I'm to get anything, it's probably going to be the Chukka or the Slip-On. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys are thinking. I'm probably not going to be copying any of the clothes, though. Not that anything's wrong with any of it. There are some cool pieces. But I'm one of those people that when it comes to a collab and there's sneakers involved with it, it's sneakers or die or sneakers or bust for me. So yeah, definitely let me know what you think, guys. This is pretty much going to conclude the video. Another thing I wanted to say, though, is that if I do not cop these, it's probably because I'm holding out for these puppies. I just really want these really bad. But 140, it's a hard price to swallow considering that I can get these for basically half the price. So probably going to stick to a Simpsons collab, but we'll see. So that's pretty much going to conclude the video, guys. Let me know down below what you guys are thinking of this collaboration. It looks super awesome. I hope everybody out there gets it, and I'd love to hear down below what you guys copped from everything here. Yeah, let me know that all down below. Also, please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, guys. And if you would like to see more Vans-related videos or collaborations of such like that, also, please subscribe if you haven't already for more golf wing, more sneakers, more clothing, more Shuttleboy. And this is Shuttleboy, guys, and I'm out, guys. Peace.